Hey everyone, it's DC here, and today is a very sad day. It's the last day I'll ever be driving the amazing Hackervan to work. So as you would have seen in yesterday's video, I have got myself a new car, and I wanted to bring this one to work today because I killed the battery in my new car already, which is great, but also to sort of remember all the different memories that I've got with this car. I've had it for just over 5 years now, and a couple of the stories that go along with this van are pretty cool, so I just wanted to go through some of those. I originally bought this car because I had a very fuel chugging Jeep before. I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2012 model, and it absolutely destroyed petrol, and I lived pretty far out of town, and at the time I just couldn't afford it anymore, to be honest. It was just costing me, it was like over almost $200 a week in petrol, plus $200 a week in repayments, plus insurance, plus things were breaking because it was a Jeep, and yeah, I just had loads of problems with that car, and when I sold it eventually, I ended up having to pay out an extra $6,000 just to get rid of it. So I didn't have much money at the time, and I saw this van come up. It was for sale for $8,000 secondhand, and it was amazing. I remember the day me and Ange went to buy it. We actually rode my old Suzuki motorbike down to the Gold Coast, which is south of Brisbane, and yeah, we went down there and bought a motorbike ramp, some curtains, and a mattress. Actually, what we did is what anyone else with a new van would do, is we put the curtains up, put the mattress down, loaded the bike into the back, and we went on a road trip out to Byron Bay, Nimbin, and some other cool places. If you want to know more about those places, definitely Google them. They have a bit of a story to themselves. Yeah, after having the van for a few years as just a lifesaver, basically trying to get me out of the previous car's debt, as well as a really down period of my life, to be honest. I decided to start a small business selling vape products. So I had a business called Brisbane Vape, and I was essentially just selling juices, coils, wick, mods, everything, the whole thing, all batteries, everything. But I got bored doing that. It was just a little online business and locally run, and I was delivering everything in this van. And it was sort of nicknamed within the local Brisbane vaping community as the vape van. And people knew it all over the place, but it had a huge sticker on the back that said brisbanevape.com, get your vape on. And eventually one day someone crossed out part of the V, and it ended up looking like brisbanerape.com, so I had to get rid of the sticker, unfortunately. But as you can see, there's no stickers on the back. I've cleaned it up in preparation for it to be sold. So now I'm just waiting for someone to come along and buy this piece of history. After having it as a vape van, I continued camping in it. I had multiple motorbikes. I had the Gixxer in here first, and then I had a Honda Postie bike, which I put in here. When I bought it, it didn't start, so I had to load it up into this, take it home and get it going. And then I had a Sux 150 scooter, which also didn't start when I bought it, so I had to load it in the back of this, and I fixed that up and have sold that. So I don't have any other vehicles now apart from this and my new Audi. Yeah, it's been with me for a very long time. It's actually been the longest, it's actually been the vehicle that I've owned for the longest period of time out of any of my cars or bikes or anything that I've ever had. I remember once, actually, way back when I first had it, me and Ange set it up as a market stall shop front. So Ange was trying to sell some stuff at the markets, and just a bit of extra money basically. And we set this thing up as a market stall. So we'd open up the back and hang things from the back, like little towels and all sorts of random stuff. It was the shop was called Andrew's Odyssey. So yeah, that was kind of fun. So anyway, I later on when I was getting more and more into cybersecurity, I actually set up a little array of Raspberry Pis back down there. So just across there was a little table originally, and this massive set of speakers here holds the leftover power cable. So there's 2 batteries in this thing. There's one in the front, and there's another one underneath the driver's seat. So the engine is actually under this seat, and the main battery is under my seat. And then there was another battery in the front, and I connected those up to, there was a little fridge, a power board that connected up the Raspberry Pis. They don't need much power though, so that's convenient. And yeah, it was kind of cool. I had that going. It was sort of like, I guess it was like a war driver, but not really. I was just messing around. I wasn't doing anything illegal. In later years, I was also juicing Lime scooters, so picking up scooters and stacking them up in here, and yeah, charging them up for a bit of extra money here and there. And then I got into updating firmware on the scooters for Lime locally in Brisbane. And yeah, this van has done so much stuff. There's actually a really good story with this, which is so a couple, friends of ours were going to their wedding, and they wanted to turn up in something different. And they decided that they didn't want to have a limousine. They didn't even want seats. They literally sat on soft toys in the back of this van, and we drove them all the way up to the wedding reception in this car. And it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. This lady wearing a really nice wedding dress, and the guys in a suit, and they're rolling around in the back, and it was ridiculous, but it was very funny. Another good time in here was we actually tried to stack as many people in here. So naturally I went around to my parents' house, where there is always lots of people because they're a large Italian family, and we got heaps. I can't remember the number exactly, but there was people stacked like in this van. It was hilarious. I think there was like 18 people or something. It was crazy. People squished in everywhere. There was nothing in the back. There was no speakers or anything. We emptied this thing out and just had people in between people, and it was ridiculous, but very funny. So anyway, I've made this little video of some photos that I could find on my phone of the van. Leave F's in the chat for respect, and yeah. Also, just on another note, you'll see a link in the description for some merch that I'm now selling. So I've got a shirt for sale. If you want to help support the channel, please do buy a shirt and rep it, and don't forget to, you know, @ me or hashtag me or whatever it is to show me you wearing this epic shirt, because I'm pretty excited about that actually. And I'll probably need the money to fix my next car, because it's definitely not going to be as cheap as this one. So anyway guys, enjoy the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Catch you later.